the hell are you guys doing today? My name is Poland and I kinda just spit all over my screen. But whatever, it needed cleaned anyways. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the 3 weapons that I find that are underrated, things that you need to pay attention to now that patch 1.1.1 is out and in effect. The pulse rifles are now a force to be reckoned with, and I wanted to share with you guys my 3 favorite runs besides the exotics, the clear ones, the bad jujus, and the red deaths. And personally, I think one of these are better than the exotics, and I'm going to explain why. So, we're going to start with one of the most underrated guns in the game, and it was actually one of my favorite weapons before the buff ever came along, and it's the one that you're watching and witnessing right now. It's called the Preorder's Timepiece. This weapon you can acquire from participating in the Atheon portion of the raid, more specifically the gatekeeper portion. You can only retrieve this from killing the gatekeepers and clearing out those 2 areas leading up to the Atheon fight himself. So if you're lucky to get one of these things, it's an arc damage and it is pretty freaking disgusting in the Crucible. It's got an insane rate of fire. It's got a lot of things going great for it, to be straight honest with you. And it's unique in its rate of fire and everything. It is one of the weakest ones out there. A crit hit shot will only hit for 24 damage, and a body shot is 16. So generally, 3 bursts, if they're all considerable, if they're all headshots and accurate, will kill a guy. But more than often, you're probably going to have to deal with 4 or 5 bursts. The thing with this weapon is you also have field capacity with it, giving you 42 shots granted, making it a great close and medium quarters situational weapon. And it's going to do some heavy bursts, to be honest. It can clearly drop 2 to 3 people per magazine. That's something that a lot of the other pulse rifles are lacking. And again, another gun very similar to this would in fact be the Oversoul Edict, the other raid weapon from the Preorder portion. Very, very similar. It's got the full auto perk, and the secondary perk is quite useless. So, to be honest, this one just has a little bit more value with its perk and skill set, and I would recommend this one over the Oversoul, to be completely honest. Moving on over to the second gun. Oh, and my god, is this thing amazing. This is the TOT, ladies and gentlemen. The TOT, the time on target. And this thing doesn't waste any time being an amazing weapon. And the reason for this one, not to mention the next weapon that I'm going to be showing you after this, the third and final one, they are both purchasable from the vendors, from the Quartermaster, the Crucible, and the Vanguard ones. And you can buy these weapons. And they are definitely some of the best primaries out there. What makes this one stand up against the next one that I'm showing you guys is because it has some of the best rolls you can get for a pulse rifle available that you can actually purchase and use. What makes these 2 so exciting is not only are they great primaries, they open up that exotic slot for things like the Truth or an Invective or whatever else you need. And sadly, in some situations like Plan Cs and stuff, I'm scared to post this video because of that. But they are absolutely amazing. This gun is so great because the recoil management is superb. I absolutely find myself getting precision headshots, those critical hits, more consistently with this weapon than most weapons in the game. And it's what makes it so great. Not to mention the sights and everything available on it are awesome. Again, this is one of the best rolls you can get for this gun, period. And it's available as stock to purchase from the vendor. Now, again, what I need to focus on is that perk. It's got one perk that stands out for pulse rifles. It's called Reactive Reload, and it states, reloading this weapon after a kill grants a damage bonus for a short time. There's a 3-second period where you get a 33% buff on your shots. That is fucking ridiculously strong. Pretty much, you know what Final Round does when you're using it on a gun, like the Effort D or, you know, Fell Winners or whatever you're using it on? Imagine that for 3 seconds, though. You can get a few bursts out with it. So, a 3-second Final Round buff. That is insane and could arguably be turned into something. So it's like it has the effect of crowd control, but it has the damage of Final Round. So it's disgusting, to be honest. And that's definitely what you want to look for. Moving over to the third and final one that I recommend you guys to look into. Oh, baby, my pants just tighten at the thought of this weapon. This thing, it may not look that fancy. It kind of looks like Optimus Prime's toenail, but in the end, this gun is just amazing. From stock, it's not half bad. Again, third eye could be improved upon with the reactive reload, but this is the 3 little words, the TLW, and unfortunately, it shares that with the last word, both of which are arguably some of the strongest guns in the game, and it's amazing, dude. I'm telling you, this is one of the best guns you can have out there. It's probably better than, I'd say it may even be a top 5. It may even be a top 5 primary for PvP in the game. And it's disgusting. Now, if you can get one of these and get the right rolls on it, you are going to be a god in PvP. And if it was actually available with reactive reload, this thing would be nerfed harder than anything because it's that destructive. It can kill in 2 bursts. 2 bursts, ladies and gentlemen. It starts with a base 38 critical hit damage. Precision shots, if you can land all 3 of those, do just under 120 damage per burst, meaning these things can kill in 2 shots if you are a skilled player. That is disgusting. Now, as I said before, if you could fortunately get one of these rolled with reactive reload, that's a 33% buff on top. If you are fortunate enough to get that, these things are going to start critting at 50 damage per bullet. That's 150 damage if you can land a precision shot. Mathematically, because of the body damage too, after the reactive reload, after you reload that, 2 body shots actually kill with this gun. This gun has got so much potential. It is so destructive. I heavily encourage you guys to purchase this one, if any of them. And if you found out you like this one, you may enjoy the time on target and other ones. But this is definitely the better of the 3. Preorder is more close quarters. You get a lot of bursts in and you can kill multiple people. That's one that you'd probably prefer on something like Delphi. This one's going to be great in almost any situation. If you can land those precision shots, it can actually be reliable in close quarters. But again, you need to land those precision shots because its fire rate is a little slower than the other ones available. But again, incredible guns. Hopefully you can take this information to the head and you get in there and start getting some amazing work done. Looking forward to see what you guys think about these in the comment section down below. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to fist a havoc that like button. It always helps when you support the channel. Take care, guys.